EA Sports, within the game. I can't believe it. They pulled it out. What a call. What a play. What a game.
I'm the best, and I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my go, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, I'm the best, and I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's cold, Deep for the bank and they know I'm in prison. He wanna talk, but he not on the schedule. Ain't taking a from my boy heavy. I'm the best, and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's spouting. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching, but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call her. Working big, and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he lead a know he missed the know I got him running to it. I'ma need the full amount before we talk it that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Running like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best, and the best, and I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's cold, I'm the best, and the best, and I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's cold, Top dog like I manage. I'm the really damaged. I came out and make the channel froze. I'm really who the panel chose. Put my name up like a banner.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Atlanta Falcons and the Los Angeles Rams. Games out of the way, time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And Mariota going to put it up right away. And complete to Drake London. And they get him down. Takes it across the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Falcons.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, he gets it to Patterson. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They'll give it to Patterson. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
This is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Kyle Pitts, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons are on the board first on the road here in L.A. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. First down, Mayfield. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Mayfield off the play fake. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Fourth down, Mayfield. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
2nd and 4. Rush coming, and he's taken down. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Bird. Touchdown! Damiere Byrd, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Falcons lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. Well, this defense for the Falcons, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Then the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Gain of 9 yards. That's good. We're on the way up. 1st down.
A 1st down throw for Mayfield. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. It was Henry Anderson who got in there to get him down.
The tackle made back at the 37-yard line.
To try again after the sack. Mayfield. Oh, he put her on the carpet, a fumble. And the Falcons grab it, and they will set up shop in enemy. At the 42-yard line.
Here we go, set. Right, 97. Cut.
1st and 10, it's Patterson. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a 1st down for the Falcons.
And the Falcons 1st down.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Rams, nothing.
Okay, ready?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Practice, sit. Ready.
Looking to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Patterson. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. A nice throw right there. And Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. This guy's getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command. Not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback. The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right not to be. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
So on 4th down, Ritter heads to the sideline. Younghoe Koo gets set for the Atlanta field goal. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will extend their lead even further. So able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles, forcing the miscue with a fumble and then turning that into 3 points.
Yeah, and more than happy to accept any mistakes the other side is willing to make. No problem. You turn it over, we'll take that, and we'll use it to expand our lead.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
15-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
That's out to the flat for Akers. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
And that pass, a big one for Matt Stafford, folks. He just went over 50,000 career passing yards. Just the 12th ever NFL quarterback to do that. The former #1 pick in 2009 out of Georgia. Been so durable, so dependable in his career. And what a mark for Matt Stafford. Akers back-to-back catches.
And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Mayfield's throw pulled in by Robinson here.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They go play action. Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. Try to find Cup, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by Richie Grant.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
That's good. Rams. 1st down. 1st and 10.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From just shy of midfield, Mayfield. Over the middle and complete to the tight end, Higbee. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 40. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Mayfield on 1st down. It's caught on the right side by Robinson.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Allen Robinson. 8 yards as the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the 32-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
They'll run here with Akers.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Cam Akers, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make it 24-7. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And able to get this out to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd.
How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, Patterson.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by David Long. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing, because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
Throw left side, complete to Kupp. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
Cam Akers
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Rams are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Extra point by Gain is up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll look to throw here on first down. Right back to Pitts again. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. It'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Back to throw here. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Point it right.
Mayfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And he is going to have the Rams first down as this defense cannot come up with a play that they need. In fact, they surrender a big chunk, 17 yards there on 4th down. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Falcons are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Patterson, he'll try it up the middle. And he stopped immediately there. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop.
Well, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
He'll look to throw. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Jabari Zuniga
Getting him once again, his third sack of the afternoon. Here's Bradley Pinion now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They'll begin on the ground with Akers.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
From the gun, Mayfield. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. In motion right is Robinson. A first down throw for Mayfield. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Mayfield off the play fake.
That's out to the flat for Akers.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
From the red zone now, Mayfield buying time to his left.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Open man right side is Cup, complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a first down.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
They'll run on first down with Akers.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Cam Akers,
his third touchdown of the season, all coming in this game.
And the Rams have got it back to within a score.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. touchdown. It's Gay to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Once more, they turn to Patterson. Room here to run. And he's going to get this one all the way down to the Rams' 21-yard line. 77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Patterson running between the tackles. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They'll run. It's Patterson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. This offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Steps away. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
A handoff for Patterson. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Cordero Patterson taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Falcons get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 1st down, Mayfield. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick six territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
Going up top for Cup. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller.
And the Falcons are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll set up a throw.
Got a man, it's London.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Patterson.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Throw left side, complete to Bird. Finding room at midfield. Down the left sideline. Inside the 10.
A big play there on the catch and run. 63 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll run with Patterson.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. He'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Touchdown, Falcons! Cordero Patterson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Falcons are on their way to a 2-0 start.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Youngway Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
35-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this back?
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 45 yards. Stafford. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by A.J. Terrell.
It's a foot race. The 40. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Across the middle, and this pass complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Now Mayfield. And my goodness, another interception.
Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Falcons are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Ready.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. And they take a knee.
Ready, set. Ready, set.
And they will take a knee here.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Falcons, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory.
It's another one. We got another one. It's her. Who that? Big baby slide through in that drop top. Something about